This video is about a sustainable initiative in Guinea Bissau. Here Green Choice and Wetlands work together to restore mangroves, and we went there to have a visit. In this video we show you why it is done and also how, so the different phases that they go through. Enjoy the video! Good to see you again, Ruben. We already met, of course, in the Netherlands. Maybe you can introduce yourself.
Yeah, I'm Ruben Veefkind. I'm Head of Sustainability and Nature-Based Projects for Green Choice. It started out, I guess, in 2019 or 2020. We were looking for new projects and specifically for impacts or projects with high impact. And we basically arrived at wetlands in our search. They store a lot of carbon, but they're also extremely important for agriculture and for biodiversity. So they're almost like the arteries and veins of the landscape, you could call them. Mangroves, those are tree species that can have their roots in salt water. So you find mangrove species along the coast of a lot of tropical countries. They fulfill a lot of functions. So they can be a hiding place for lots of fish species. They are a habitat for birds. But they also, like you say, they capture CO2. And how do they do that? Just like a normal tree, they use photosynthesis to capture CO2. But because they stand in the water, when leaves and all kinds of debris falls down, less oxygen can reach it. So normally in a forest, oxygen can reach the soil and decays the organic matter. But in a mangrove system, this can be done much less. So much more organic matter is retained in the soil that way. The project that we do with Wetlands International is targeting an area of 2,500 hectares. But this is in a much bigger area in total, of course, and those are tens of thousands of hectares we're talking about. And we always look at three things impact-wise in projects. So we want to see a climate impact, so that's the carbon stored by those trees and into the soil. We'd like to see a lot of biodiversity impact, but we also like to see social impact, so that people that live in the area of the project also benefit. Also, the coming years, we're really going to focus on really engaging with local people and see how they can benefit from the project, and they also realize how valuable the whole ecosystem is intact. A project like this actually works on reinforcing the coastline of Guinea Bissau. So when you bring those mangroves back, you're actually protecting the land behind those mangroves. Against storms, for example, against, when sea level rises and storms hit the coast, those mangroves will actually protect the country. So if there would be no mangroves, you would erode the coast much quicker.
The problem with the mangroves is caused because people cut the mangroves to sell the wood and to make rice fields there. What the project is doing is helping people to make the rice fields that are good even better, so that they generate more rice, but also they help the people to restore the mangroves and learn how to make money with them. This is done by, for example, fishing, and also with the space that they use, they make different kinds of vegetables that they can sell, so that they can even earn money and eat more diverse themselves.
Que tem 8% de execução dele. Mas é como morava. Eu não conheço. A minha nome é Antônio da Silva.
His name is Antonio da Silva.
Diretor adjunto do Parque Natural de Tarafre Rio Cachorro.
Second Director of Park Natural de Mangrove de Cachorro.
Por causa de degradação tem dois tipos, por tem natural e por tem anthropica.
Here you see a mangrove that is being restored. It was chopped down by the local people in the past to grow rice, but they abandoned it and now it's being restored by the project. Here it's done naturally, sometimes it's done manually, then they plant the trees, but here they give the nature the time to restore by itself. It takes a little bit more time, but it prevents that plants die in the process, so that's a very good thing.
So all they have to do is break the dikes that were previously used for the rice fields, and the water with bacteria and sediment is going in, and that will create for the mangroves a perfect combination so they can grow on their own.
And here you see a mangrove that's now 5 years old. It's also naturally restored, and you see it actually growing up and being a full mangrove again.
We're actually looking at upscaling. And we can do that in all kinds of ways. But first of all, because we like to be sort of a catalyst, so with giving something a small push and then making a bigger impact. So we're first looking now at other parties, so like foundations or funds, if they can also contribute and then sort of leverage our contribution as well.
We were really surprised to see how well this project is going here in Guinea Bissau. The community that's locally here is really well included, and in addition we were really surprised how the nature restores itself and how quickly it's done by getting the right help. In the future, double the amount of the mangrove will be restored by this project. So we think it's a very good thing, and we look forward to seeing how it will look in the future.